Good evening and welcome to Woodbridge High School. My name is Joe Tarrant and I'll be bringing you all the action for a girls soccer game between the Woodbridge Lady Barons and the Colonia Lady Patriots. We're under the lights tonight. It's a beautiful night for a game, not a cloud in the sky. I would imagine the temperature's around 70 degrees and you couldn't want for more better conditions. The Barons come into this game with a 4-2 record, and Colonia comes into this game with a 2-2 record. Woodbridge is coached by Brian Figueredo. It's his 8th season, and the assistant coach is Tom Jurowski, and it also happens to be his 30th birthday, so happy birthday, Tom. Colonia is coached by Jeff Holmes. In goal for the Patriots, we're going to have Julie Wright, and in goal for the Lady Barons, we're going to have Maura Walsh. We're just about ready to kick off. Woodbridge is having their huddle on the sideline. Colonia is already in place, ready to go. I have to tell you, this is a beautiful field that they play on. Absolutely beautiful. It's a turf field. It's much better than playing on the natural grass. It's a fast game when it's on turf. And you're going to see some exciting action tonight because these girls can run. I don't know how they do it for the time that they do it, but they keep the intensity up the entire game. Unlike football, there's not a stop in between each play. It just keeps on going. So we're going to have an exciting 40 minutes starting the game. And Woodbridge promptly kicks it out of bounds. Colonia will inbound. I'll attempt to give you the starting lineups as we play, and you can follow the action on the field. If there's something exciting that happens, such as a goal, I will stop and let you know. For the Patriots, we have Julie Wright, Stephanie Piccinini, Amanda Polakowski, Ella Libuano, Jaslyn Moya Santos, Brittany Martins, Beth Kraus, Gianna Gigantino, Jessica Melanchuk. We've got Gabby Wollison and Jasmine Mincer. I'll give you the Barons lineup in a minute. Here we go. Looks like we're going to have a shot. Oh, perfect opportunity. That was Karina Roldan. Had a shot on goal, but just couldn't make it happen. For the Lady Barons, we have got Katrina Ainen, Corrine Kist, Deanna Ciez, Adiza Maman, who, by the way, as I've been following this team, is probably their top scorer this year. We've got Alexis Fuentes, Casey Nebus, Tori LaConte, Sophia Gomez, Jatsia Gilson, and Maura Walsh. Okay, let's get back to the action here now. Colonia's controlling the ball. As I like to say, they're matriculating down to the field. And the goalie will pick it up and she'll throw it in. That's Maura Walsh. And the kick. And Colonia heads the ball. And again, Walsh picks the ball up. Just underway here at Woodbridge High School. 38 minutes left. I will tell you that the clock that we see on the scoreboard is not an official clock. It's pretty much so a guide. And the time is kept on the field by the referees. And the ball goes out of bounds. I believe that was a Colonia player that hit it out of bounds. Throwing it in for Woodbridge is Casey Nebus. And Colonia went for the head and they missed it. Nebus kicks it back in and out of bounds. Throw in by Woodbridge and it's still out of bounds. Be Colonia ball. Woodbridge has mostly a underclassmen squad. Okay, the ball turnover. Kicking it in is Casey Nebus. Headed by the Colonia player. Woodbridge trying to set a play up. Colonia controls it. Kick to midfield. It's headed there by Sofia Gomez. Ball was thrown in. Karina Roldan gets it. Well, I tell you, I'm watching these girls out here now. I'm just getting tired just watching them. The intensity that they play with for 40 minutes. It's just unbelievable. Colonia controls it. There's a pass ahead. And the ball goes out of bounds. Amanda Polakowski throws it in. And out of bounds. Gianna Gigantino that was fighting for the ball for Colonia. Colonia is keeping it into the Woodbridge end. The long kick towards goal. And it's picked up by Walsh. And it's kicked in by Walsh. Brittany Martins tried to head that ball. Number 4, Amanda Polakowski fighting. And the ball is headed by Colonia. I believe that was Beth Kraus that headed it. And Karina Roldan was fighting to keep that ball in bounds, but it trickled out of bounds. Colonia throw in by Jessica Melanchuk. That's number 9, Alexis Fuentes. Shot on goal. Oh, and it goes in. Julie Wright just could not come down with that ball. Score is 1-0.
That's the Barons goal scored by number 9, Alexis Fuentes.
As you can hear.
For the Woodbridge Lady Barons 1, the Colonia Patriots 0.
And that tells the entire story. Woodbridge Barons are up 1-0 over the Colonia Patriots. And that goal was by Alexis Fuentes. Really went in uncontested. And it didn't appear that the shot was all that hard, but Julie Wright just couldn't come up with it. She tried with one hand, but it just went off her hand. And here's a kick by Colonia all the way down, and Julie Wright picks it up. I'm sorry, Mara Walsh. Woodbridge is on the attack again. Nice passing. Jatsia Gilzian running after the ball for Woodbridge, and it goes out of bounds. And again, once again, it's out of bounds. About 33 minutes left in this half. Wright will kick it in. There's a pass back. Colonia intercepts it. And they try to clear it down the field. And there's a pass up ahead. And it'll get there to the goalie, Mara Walsh, before Colonia can do any damage. Here's a pass forward to number 11, Karina Roldan. And there's a stop and play. Okay, we're back to the game. That's Corrine Kist up the sideline, but stopped by Beth Krause of Colonia. Corrine had a head of steam there. She was heading for the goal. And Colonia came in, Krause at the last minute to stop her. And Colonia will throw the ball in. That's number 14, Jessica Melanchuk. Throws it in. It's headed by number 7, that's Jaslyn Moya Santos. And Woodbridge kicks it out of bounds. Ahead to Moya Santos. Over to Gigantino. Moya Santos has the ball again, has it taken from her. Karina Roldan then bringing it up the field. Uh-oh. And Colonia will throw the ball in. Beth Krause has the ball for Colonia. She's bringing it up. And we're just waiting for the kick. Stopped by Woodbridge. And the race is on to the corner. The shot on goal. Oh, and it just misses. I believe that was Karina Roldan who had that shot on goal. She had a wide open net there. I thought for sure that we would have had a score of 2-0, but right now the Woodbridge Barons are leading the Colonia Patriots 1-0 and just shy of the 30-minute mark. 29:50 to go. Again, the clock is not official. Time is kept on the field by the referees. Lumineo had the ball, tried to get it downfield, but it went out of bounds. Throw in. That was to Corrine Kist. She missed it, but she gets it back. Sends it right ahead to Karina Roldan. Karina was just a little shy of that. Casey Nebus throwing it in to Roldan. Roldan trying to center the ball to the middle of the field. And it stopped. El Lubiano stopped her. There's a throw into the middle of the field. Oh, and a wild kick. I believe that was Hadiza Maman that made that kick out of bounds. Woodbridge was relentless. Oh, and there was a shot on goal, and it's in! Was that Maman?
That's the Barons goal scored by number 8, Hadiza Maman. The Woodbridge Barons lead by a score of 2-0.
And that says it all. Woodbridge is on top, 2-0. That goal was by Hadiza Maman. She was relentless. She kicked on goal. It was blocked, and then she came back and she kicked it in. She's trying to center the ball. Throw in by Karina Anand. 14 for Colonia. Jessica Malinchuk. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Colonia ball. So far, most of the action has been down in the Colonia end of the field. About 27 minutes left in the half. Uh-oh. And it's going to be Woodbridge ball. That's Casey Nieves. Casey Nieves will be kicking it, and she kicks it over to number 10. I'm sorry. Over to Sophia Gomez. And once again, the ball goes out. We have a corner kick. There we go. And Colonia is back in business again. And the action now will be down in the Woodbridge end of the field. One of the few times that Colonia has been down there. And the ball is picked up by Walsh. Walsh is a senior. Kicks it in. Ball is controlled by Woodbridge. And there's a pass to the middle of the field, but Woodbridge intercepts it. And it goes out of bounds. Colonia ball. We'll have a throw in by number 4, Amanda Polakowski. And oh, it's picked up by Walsh. Stephanie Piccinini was right there. A little bit faster than she would have had a goal for Colonia. Tried to pass it ahead. Headed by Colonia, that's number 14, Jessica Malinchuk. In the middle of the field, Demoya Santos. Looking for a partner to pass to. She passes to Lubineo. And here comes the Woodbridge Lady Barons. There's a pass ahead to number 11, Karina Roldan. But she loses the ball. But Casey Nieves keeps it in and goes out of bounds. It'll be Colonia ball. Pass in to Amanda Polakowski by Libineo. And a kick by Nieves. And ahead to Roldan. Didn't quite make it. And Colonia clears the ball down the length of the field. Piccinini with the ball, shot on goal. No, didn't quite have the angle on it. Waited to kick it just a little bit too long, and it was a really bad angle for her to kick it in. Coming into the game is
now playing for the Lady Barons,
Nicolette Hedler.
17, Nicolette Hedler.
Colonia working hard to keep that ball away from the goalie. A little over 23 minutes left in the half. Lady Barons up 2-0 over the Lady Patriots. And we're just waiting for the kick. Wow. Well, Julie Wright came very close to giving up another goal on that kick. There's a pass to Nieves. She's trying to get away, and the ball goes out of bounds. Polakowski throws it in. Polakowski throws it in again, and out of bounds. Melanchuk with the ball. Passes it, but unfortunately it's to a Woodbridge player. Kissed. And Woodbridge went to head the ball, but it didn't work out that way. Colonia, the same thing. Both of them whiffed. There's a down the sideline. Goes number 8, Maman. Tried to center the ball in front of the goal for Kist, but it just didn't happen. Colonia's got the ball. They're coming up the field, looking for somebody to pass to. Ball goes to Lubinao, I'm sorry. Mom, Dad, if I pronounce your last names wrong, please forgive me. I don't do it on purpose. And again, it was a bad angle. I believe I'll get the player's number from Colonia in a minute, but she had a bad angle on that. That was number 2, Stephanie Piccinini. So we're going to have a corner kick. See if Colonia can get back on the scoreboard here with a goal. Try to head it in, right in front of the net. Colonia still controls the ball, but Woodbridge comes up and steals it, but Colonia gets the ball back. And there's a shot. And Walsh stops it, picks it up. I thought for sure at that point that Colonia was going to get on the scoreboard. They're behind 2-0. And there's a pass ahead to number 17, Hedler. Colonia clears it. And now we're down the end of Colonia. That's Piccinini. And she can't get the angle on it either. Colonia controls it. There's a kick all the way downfield. A little over 19 minutes left in the half. And the kick by Colonia. Lubinao tried to get it downfield. Comes number 18, I believe that was. Number 19, I'm sorry. Gelsian. It's number 10, Nevis with the ball for Woodbridge. Gelsian with the ball. Trying to get a shot on goal. Can't quite clear it. Polakowski for Colonia. And Alexa Fuentes. Oh, and there was a shot on goal. Okay, so Julie Wright will kick the ball in. A little over 18 minutes left in the half. Again, the clock is not official on the scoreboard. Lady Barons up 2-0. 2 quick goals. Brittany Martins for Colonia. Bringing the ball upfield, tries to pass. Intercepted by Nevis. it in. And the ball's out of bounds. Throw in by Colonia. It's number 13 for Colonia, Gianna Gigantino. And Colonia desperately trying to keep it in the Woodbridge end of the field, but Walsh picks it up. Walsh has been busy tonight, but there hasn't been any real threats as to Colonia scoring a goal. Gigantino with the ball. Tries to pass it over to Lubineo. Gigantino again with the ball. Passes it to the center for Polakowski. And it goes out of bounds. Hedler just couldn't quite catch up to it. Colonia throws it in. That was Polakowski. He's got the ball in the center of the field. Moya Santos fighting to get that ball away from the Woodbridge defender. And again, Walsh picks it up. The game has changed now. In the beginning of the half, Woodbridge was down in the Colonia end of the field, and now Colonia seems to be spending an awful lot of time down the Woodbridge end of the field. Woodbridge is bending, but they're not breaking, not allowing Colonia to score. And the action will move down now into the Colonia end of the field. We'll have a kick here by Nevis. And there's the kick, and it's headed by a Colonia defender. Brittany Martins has it, passes it over to Gigantino. Down to Moya Santos. Kist was on the defense there. There's a kick, but it's blocked. That was Martins on with the kick. Moya Santos has the ball, and two Woodbridge defenders took the ball away from her. But the ball is right back down to the Woodbridge side of the field. There's a kick. Polakowski sends it ahead, but again, nobody home to kick it in. Closest player for Colonia was Stephanie Piccinini. And the long kick by Walsh. It's out of bounds. Colonia will throw it in. It's been a hard-fought contest up to now. And the pass ahead. And that's number 17. That was Hedler. I should say Hedler. That was fighting for the ball. She'll throw it in. And we have two substitutions. Kick by number 1, Katrina Anand. Over to Nevis. And out of bounds. Colonia's throw in. Over Piccinini. Again. Okay, back to action now. Trying to clear it ahead to number 14. To Samantha Trulio. Colonia will throw it in. Action's been predominantly now down in the Woodbridge end of the field. And Colonia just can't seem to send the ball home. Polakowski passes it on back to Melanchuk. Intercepted by the Woodbridge player. Polakowski tries to keep the ball in play, but it goes out. She'll throw it in. Throws it in to Moya Santos. Moya Santos with the ball. Passes it back. Moya Santos misses it. Defended by Nebus for Woodbridge. Gigantino with the ball. Passes it over to Moya Santos, who passes it back to Gigantino. Brittany Martins chasing the ball. Has it. Centers it. But again, Stephanie Piccinini just couldn't get there soon enough. Met her mom in the stands before the game, and she was all excited about the game. And she should be. Her daughter's playing a good game so far. It would be nice for Mom if she scored a goal for her tonight. Got a long way to go in this contest. About 10.5 minutes left in a half. Woodbridge Lady Barons up 2-0 over the Colonia Lady Patriots. Corrine Kist for Woodbridge down that end of the field. Colonia will throw it in. And that's number 10 for the Barons, Brittany Martins. Tries to center the ball. Woodbridge steals it, and then Colonia gets it right back out of bounds. So it'll be Woodbridge ball. No, I'm sorry, it'll be Colonia ball. Must have been off a Woodbridge player. This is 9:50 left in a half. And there's a stoppage of play. And there seems to be some controversy between Jeff Holmes, the Colonia coach, and one of the referees. And it'll be a moment here before we get this straightened out, and here we go. And oh, kick was in and right to Walsh. Walsh is waiting for our players to be set up. Now the kick. Again, Colonia is keeping the ball down at Woodbridge end of the field. Gigantino for Colonia tried to get it. Couldn't get it. Moya Santos is in the middle of the field trying to defend. Manda Polakowski is also there. And just couldn't quite do it. Nicolette Hedler just couldn't get to the ball soon enough. And there's the throw in by Melanchuk. Not too many substitutions in this game, and the girls are going at it. Piccinini, we're running after the ball, has a kick on goal. No, it's blocked by Woodbridge. Again, Colonia has the ball down the Woodbridge end of the field, pretty much the second part of this first half. Woodbridge scored 2 quick goals, and now all of a sudden all the action is down their end of the field. Katrina Anand throwing it in, and out of bounds off number 4, Corrine Kist. Corine's a senior. Gigantino with the ball for Colonia. Passes it back. And Woodbridge stops it. That's Nebus. Over to number 8, Maman. Stolen by number 14, Melanchuk. Gigantino tried to get a shot on goal. Wasn't successful. Nevis with the ball. And Colonia keeps their end of the field. That was Beth Kraus, number 11 for Colonia. And we'll have a kick by Colonia. Just about 6:30 left in the half. And again, it's not an official clock for me up here in the booth, as the referees keep the time down on the field. Woodbridge must be wary, because I've got to tell you, for the longest time, Colonia's had the ball down their end of the field. That was Maman right there with the ball, passing it up, tries to pass it up, but it goes out of bounds. Off a Colonia player. Katrina Anand will pass it in, or I should say throw it in.
Number 8, Hadiza Maman, and number 16, Sophia Gomez, return for the Barons.
And there's a throw in. That was number 11 for Colonia, Beth Kraus. That's Gilzian that defended that ball for Woodbridge. 5.5 left to go in this first half. Ball being thrown in by Corinne Kist. And the ball is picked up by Wright, by Julie Wright. And a tremendous kick down the field. And the kick by Walsh. I'm sorry, by Wright. And the ball goes off number 8, Maman. Colonia trying to control the ball. Goes out of bounds off number 5, Lubineo. Throw it in was an on. Four minutes left in the first half. And we're getting set up. That's number 8, Hadiza Maman. And she kicks it. And a little bit past the goal, but it's right in front now. Woodbridge trying to make it 3-0 before the half ends. And the ball gets out of bounds. It'll be Colonia throwing. I'm sorry, it'll be a kick by the goalie Wright. And here comes the kick. Not a very strong kick. Woodbridge controls it. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. And it'll be Woodbridge ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scoreboard clock will be turned off with 2 minutes remaining in each half. Official time is being kept on the field. Again, official time is being kept on the field.
Let's see who's going to kick for Woodbridge. It appears to be Hadiza Maman. And it is. And And she kicks it. And it's just to the right of the goal. Scoreboard clock is turned off since it's the last 2 minutes. The referees will control the time. Kick in by right. Woodbridge desperately trying. Oh, and there's a save by right. Woodbridge is trying to make it 3-0 before the end of the first half. Kick by right. Nice kick. Beautiful kick. Melanchuk saves the ball and out of bounds. Gilzian gave it a good try to save it, but to no avail. And Colonia is on the attack. That's Moya Santos. Moya Santos in the middle of the field. Passes ahead to Mortons. And Colonia's in the middle of the field with a loose ball. Melanchuk keeps the ball in for Colonia. Colonia is trying desperately here to make it a 2-1 game. And Piccinini just couldn't get her foot on the ball. It's Woodbridge ball. And the kick. And that'll do it for the first half of this girls soccer game here at Woodbridge High School. With the score, the Lady Barons 2 and the Colonia Lady Patriots 0. Stick around, we'll be right back with some more action.
I am Eric LeGrand, and you are now watching the Woodbridge channels.
Okay, welcome back for the second half of a girls soccer game. I don't know where I'm at. Excuse me. Anyway, it's a girls soccer game between the Woodbridge Lady Barons and the Colonia Lady Patriots. Woodbridge is on top 2-0. They scored 2 early goals. And then the rest of the half was spent by Colonia down in the Woodbridge end. But they were just unable to break through and score a goal. So here we are. We've got another 40 minutes of exciting action. And I'll bring you the play-by-play. And we're just about ready to go. Both teams are on the field. And we're just waiting for the indication from the referee that we can start. There's the whistle. And Gigantino passes over to, I believe that's Polakowski. Yes, it is. Who passes it over to Lubineo. And the ball's down in the right-hand corner, and I believe that was kicked out by Woodbridge. So it'll be Colonia ball. And the Woodbridge end of the field. The goalies we have for Woodbridge is Maura Walsh. And for Colonia, it's Julie Wright. And there's a kick. But it hits the goal. And Walsh will bring the ball inbounds. I'm sorry, that won't be Walsh. That'll be, looks like number Sophia Gomez, it looks like. Yes, it is. There's the kick. And it's controlled by Colonia. And the ball's passed ahead to Corrine Kist. And Woodbridge trying to get it down to the Colonia end of the field. 18 for Colonia is Gabby Wollasson. It's the first time I mentioned her name tonight. And it's Woodbridge ball. In the Colonia end of the field. For those who just joined us, Woodbridge scored 2 quick goals in the beginning of the first half. And then it was all Colonia, although the Colonia failed to score. There's a kick. Wow. What a kick. There was a save by Julie Wright. And the ball goes out. That was number 18, Gabby Wallison. Number 4 for Woodbridge, Corinne Kist. Passes it over to Nebus. Ball's in the center of the field. Brittany Martins has it, kicks it. Over to Gigantino. Gigantino misses it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Brittany Martins will throw it in. Throws it in, tries to get Gigantino, misses. Moyo Santos misses. Piccinini tried to get to the ball. Martins for Colonia. Tried to get it over to Mincer, Jasmine Mincer, but it just didn't happen. Moyo Santos passes ahead to Martins. Martins has a beat on the goal. And there was a shot on goal, but it's caught by Mara Walsh. A little over 36 and a half minutes to go in the game. Or I should say in a half, which would be the end of the game also. And there's a pass way upfield into the Colonia end. That's number 11, Karina Roldan. It's a beautiful night here at Woodbridge. It's nice and cool, crisp fall air. We are now in fall season. And it's a beautiful fall night here. Not too cold, it's not too hot. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Corinne Kist bringing the ball up. And for Colonia, Kraus defends. Kicks the ball out of bounds. And Alexa Fuentes will kick the ball in. And there's the kick. And it almost curled in by itself with no help. That was a strange kick. Okay, Julie Wright will kick the ball in for Colonia, and here's that kick. And Colonia controlled. No, Woodbridge controls it. It's taken away. That's Nebus. Has it stolen by Colonia. There's a kick downfield. Gomez is there to stop it. Moyo Santos has it taken away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Moyo Santos with the ball, getting around the Woodbridge defender, passes it back to Gabby Wallison. Wallison with the ball, passes over to Moyo Santos, loses the ball to a Woodbridge defender. That was number 8, Maman, Hadiza Maman. And here, all alone, going in for the shot. And there's a goal by Hadiza Maman. Did it all by herself. Scores now 3-0. Lady Barons over to Patriots.
That's another Barons goal scored by number 8, Hadiza Maman, her second of the game.
And that tells the story.
The score, the Woodbridge Lady Barons 3, Colonia 0.
And that tells the story right there. Hadiza Maman has her second goal of the game. Score is up now to 3-0. Lady Barons over the Patriots. Colonia's got to get something going here. It's getting late early. And the ball goes out of bounds. Woodbridge throw in. Far end of the field. That's Alexis Fuentes with the ball. Trying to get it over to number 16, Gomez. Oh, Colonia just couldn't get the ball. That was Martins that went down, trying to get that pass. Ball's thrown in. Diza Maman has the ball, passes it ahead to Corrine Kist. Kist has a beat on the goal and just can't get the kick off. There was 2 Colonia defenders down there. I thought for sure that Kist was going to come in and score another goal. But Colonia had the 2 defenders down there and prevented that from happening. So it'll be a Woodbridge kick. And we'll see if Woodbridge can put another goal on the board. And there's the kick. Oh, right to the goalie. Julie Wright is going to kick it in, and she does. It's a good kick. Moyo Santos with the ball, looking for somebody to pass it to. Brittany Martins has it, trying to get it over to Piccinini. Piccinini's still fighting for the ball. Amanda Polakowski doing everything she can to get the ball. And out of bounds. Colonia throw in. It's Polakowski with the kick. There's a pass over to Polakowski. I'm sorry, pass over to Kist. And here we go. We have a breakaway and a kick. And it's saved by Wright. That was number 11 for Woodbridge, Karina Roldan. Had a breakaway there. 2 Colonia defenders following. But Julie Wright saved the shot. 31 minutes left to go in the second half of this game. Woodbridge Lady Barons up 3-0 over the Lady Patriots. There's the kick in. And again, it's saved by Julie Wright. There's the kick. And it's a good kick, but it's headed. And it's headed down towards the Woodbridge end of the field by a Woodbridge player. And Maura Walsh will kick it in. And there's the kick. Number 12 was Jasmine Mincer. And Walsh picks the ball up again. Woodbridge controls the ball. And it promptly goes out of bounds. And it'll be thrown in by Wollison. We have a stoppage on the field. Going out for Colonia is Lubineo. And coming in appears to be Melanie Albanese.
Now playing for the Barons, number 7, Jordan Vasquez.
And we have a kick again by Wright out to midfield. And number 2, Stephanie Piccinini, couldn't make it happen. Stoppage on the field. And it'll be a Lady Barons kick. 29 minutes left to go in the second half. And here's the kick. Number 12, Walt Mintz. I'm sorry, that's number 12. Make that 18. I'm sorry, Gabby Wallison. And Beth Kraus kicked it out of bounds. So it'll be a Woodbridge throw-in. And the referee is sorting things out. And a throw-in by Woodbridge. And there's a shot on goal, but it goes wide to the left. 28 minutes left in the half. It's all been all Lady Barons so far. Colonia hasn't been able to mount an attack. Colonia's got the ball. And we've got it out of bounds. It'll be Woodbridge throw-in. They're at the far end of the field, farthest away that they can be from me. It's number 8, Diza Maman, it looked like. We're just waiting for Wright to kick the ball. And here's the kick. That's number 10 for Woodbridge. Nebus. Moya Santos with the ball. Passes to Wallison. Wallison kicks it. It's off a Woodbridge player. Brittany Martins will throw it in. And here it is. Tries to get into Moya Santos. No avail. Wallison fighting for the ball. And the ball rolls out of bounds to the left of the goal. And we have a substitution coming into the game for Woodbridge is number 17, Nicolette Hedler. And coming out of the game for Woodbridge is number 18, Amy Balint. Crowd is very quiet here. For a while there, they were very vocal. Now, all of a sudden, they become silent. Here's the kick, out of bounds. Martins will throw it in. Try to get it to Gigantino. Gigantino heads the ball, and they watch it roll out of bounds. And again, Colonia heads it out of bounds. That was Gigantino, I believe. Gigantino goes for the head again and misses. Pass over to Alexis Fuentes. Hedler chases the ball, but watches it go out of bounds. Here's the throw in. Back to Nebus. Nebus passes it over to Anand. Intercepted by Martins. Martins with the ball, bringing it up the field. Passes it over to Polakowski. And Walsh will pick the ball up. It's 24 minutes left in this second half. This girls' softball, soccer game. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it softball. It's a girls' soccer game between the Colonia Lady Patriots and the Woodbridge Lady Barons. It's been all Barons. It's 3-0. Scored 2 goals in the first half and 1 in the second. Hadiza Maman has 2 goals tonight. That's number 9, Fuentes. And Woodbridge is on the attack. It's Nebus, and Nebus kicks it out of bounds. And it'll be Colonia ball. They'll throw it in. And it's headed by a Woodbridge player. They're at the far side of the field. Amanda Polikowski kicks it. Woodbridge kicks it over here now to the near side of the field. Lubineo is chasing it. She'll throw it in. Throws it into Mayo Santos. Santos. Lubineo. Jasmine Mincer tried to get the ball. Mayo Santos with the ball. Controls it herself. Kicks it ahead to Lubineo. Back to Mayo Santos. And loses the ball to a Woodbridge player. Just about 22 minutes left in this second half. Colonia throws it in. Mayo Santos. Gigantino with the ball. And a weak shot on goal off a Woodbridge player. Myra Walsh picks it up. And she'll kick it in. Here's the kick. Maman went for the ball, couldn't get there. And it's kicked out of bounds by Kist. Maman trying to control the ball. Kist, we have a breakaway by Maman. She's trying to center the ball. There's a kick. Oh, just over the left side of the goal. I thought she was going to have goal number 3 for tonight. It was close. Very close. So Wright will kick the ball in for Colonia. Number 7 was Jordan Vasquez for Woodbridge. It's the first time we've mentioned her name tonight. Jessica Malinchak will throw the ball in. They're on the far side of the field. Furthest away from our vantage point. Woodbridge controls the ball. Passes it over here to the near side of the field. It's Kist for Woodbridge. Oh! And Maman was on her way again for another goal. She was going to have a breakaway there. She's fast. I don't think the Colonia defenders can keep up with her when she has a head of steam. She's a very intelligent player, Maman. And a kick. Kist tried to control it. And it's going down to the Woodbridge end of the field. That's Anon, and the Colonia defender down there, I should say the Colonia offensive player down there, was Martins. Lubineo throws it in, trying to get it over to Mayo Santos, and Lubineo kicks it out of bounds. Woodbridge ball. Coming in for the Barons is number 14, Trulio. And number 11, Roldan.
Number 14, Samantha Churillo.
Trulio kicks the ball up the field. And Wright kicks the ball. And Kist watches it go out of bounds. Down in the Colonia end of the field. That's number 9, Fuentes. Oh! And a save by Wright. just to the right of the goal. And that was close. That was close. So we're going to have a kick from the corner. And the kick. And it's over the goal. So we'll do it again. I believe that's Fuentes down there kicking it. And she kicks it past the goal over everybody's head. And it's going to go out of bounds. So it'll be Colonia ball. Colonia this half really hasn't mounted any kind of an offense. It's been all Woodbridge this half. They already have one goal. We've got a little bit more than 17 and a half minutes left in this half. Colonia's got to do something quickly. I think once they get that first goal, then maybe they'll have the confidence and put a little spark back in this team. Because right now it's been all Woodbridge. Mayo Santos trying to get it up to Lubineo. Santos fighting hard. Nevis passes it ahead. Wallison intercepts it. Gigantino had it. Brittany Martins has it. And there's a collision in midfield. But Polakowski gets up and kicks the ball to Gigantino. Tries to send it over for Lubineo. Can't do it. Then the ball goes out of bounds. Lubineo inbounds the ball over to Maya Santos. Looking for somebody to pass it to. Gigantino has the ball for Colonia. Back to Maya Santos. And Woodbridge steals it. That's Nevis. Up to Karina Roldan. Fuentes with the ball on the far end of the field. And Melanie Albanese, that's the first time we mentioned her name tonight, defended and the ball went out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in by Woodbridge. And it's headed out of bounds by Colonia. That was Jessica Molenchak. Jetsia Gillian coming in.
Returning for the Barons, number 19, Jetsia Gilzian.
Well, so far it's been all Barons. Colonia hasn't been able to mount any kind of an attack. They're at the far side of the field. And Wright has the ball. Coming up for the kick. And here it is. And not very long of a kick. It was more of a line drive. Polakowski fighting for the ball. That was Anon. Beth Kraus. That's Roldan fighting for the ball. Kist. Trulio. And Gilzian also fighting for the ball down there. Mayo Santos with the ball. Lubineo up the field to Brittany Martins. And there's a collision in the field, in the middle of the field. Gianna Gigantino got the worst of that. Maya Santos will kick it. Trying to get it over there to Polakowski. Wasn't successful. That's Albanese over there for Colonia, fighting to get the ball. Passes it on over to Polakowski. And it goes out of bounds off a Woodbridge player. So Polakowski will throw it in. Trying to get it over to Gigantino, who heads it. But the Woodbridge defender promptly kicks it out of bounds. 13 minutes left to go in a half. Scores: Woodbridge Lady Barons 3, the Colonia Lady Patriots nothing. I'm Joe Tarrant, and I'm bringing you all the action here from beautiful Woodbridge High School. We're here under the lights tonight for a night game. Beautiful night here tonight. A lot of action on the field. Lumineo and Mayo Santos both tried to get the ball. Here's a breakaway. Trying to get the angle and can't do it. That was two number 11s down there. Roldan for Woodbridge and Kraus for Colonia. Number 4, Kist will inbound the ball. Taken away by Lumineo. Passes over to Mayo Santos. And the ball will go the other way. Julie Wright will kick the ball in, the goalie for Colonia. A referee giving her some direction. And here we go. And the kick. And it's a good one. Rolled in for Woodbridge. Kist will inbound the ball. Passes it over to Fuentes. And loses it. Nebus is there. And it'll be Colonia ball. Colonia hasn't mounted much of an attack this half. It's been all Woodbridge. Well, there's a little over 10 minutes left in this game, and Colonia's got to do something very quick. They have to get a little bit more out of their possessions than what they're getting, which is nothing at this moment, but I'd like to see him at least get one goal. Mayo Santos with the ball, trying to get it ahead to Polakowski. Gigantino with the ball, tries to pass it again. Smincer for Colonia, and here we go. Diza Maman dribbling the ball, passes it back to number 4. Corinne Kist, and the shot is wide left of the goal. So we'll do it all over again. Wright will kick it in, the goalie for Colonia. And the kick. Lumineo watches the ball go out of bounds. And it's going to be Colonia ball. She inbounds it to Polakowski. Back to Wallison. Over to Mincer. Stolen by Kist. Wallison tried to get it. Fighting with Roldan for the ball. Wallison and Roldan. And there's a shot, but it went across the top of the goal from right to left. Woodbridge has been relentless with their attack. They've been keeping Colonia on guard for most of this second half. In the first half, after the first 2 goals by Woodbridge, Colonia dominated the play, but they just weren't able to break through and score. And in this half so far, and we're at 8:30 left in the game, it's been all Woodbridge. They've scored 1 goal, but all the play has been down in the Colonia end of the field. There's very few times that Colonia has been down the Woodbridge end of the field. So Mara Walsh so far has had a pretty easy night down there. Snebus passes it ahead to Roldan. Number 11 for Colonia is Beth Kraus. And we'll have Wright kick it in. Julie's been busy tonight. She's had to defend several times on shots on goal. She's allowed 3 goals tonight so far. Mayo Santos with the ball, but she can't get it down to the Woodbridge end. Polakowski kicks the ball, and it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Woodbridge ball. And we have a substitution.
Replacing Maura Walsh in the goal, number 97, Carly Huber.
So Carly Huber's in the goal now for Woodbridge, and Maura Walsh gets a well-deserved rest. A little under 7 minutes left to go in the game. Colonia ball. Mayo Santos will inbound the ball. And Woodbridge is trying to get on attack, but Mayo Santos steals the ball. Centers it for Polakowski. Tries to pass it ahead to Martins. Couldn't do it. She has the ball again, Mayo Santos. And Polakowski gets it over to Daisy Santos, and the ball goes out of bounds. The Colonia ball. Polakowski will inbound the ball. We're down now finally at the Woodbridge end of the field. Been territory that Colonia hasn't seen much in the second half. Kraus will save the ball for Colonia, and then it goes out of bounds. Martins will throw it in. We have a substitution going out for Colonia is Santos. Coming in, Gigantino.
Dana Zella.
So the Woodbridge coach now is substituting freely, getting all his players into the game, getting some game time, valuable game time, because in the coming years, those underclassmen will be his starting players, and he's just getting them some exposure. They may not be used to game action, but in a game like this with a little under 5 minutes left to go and the score 3-0, it's a good time to get them some varsity exposure. And the throw in by Woodbridge on the far side of the field. It's number 7, Jordan Vasquez with the ball. Vasquez is a freshman. Samantha Trullo chased the ball, but it goes out of bounds. 4 minutes left in the game. Remember, at 2 minutes, the game clock goes off, and the time is kept on the field by the referees. So the clock that we have is not an official clock, but I would hope that it would be very close to being an official clock. Wright will kick the ball. And she does. Controlled by Woodbridge. It's number 9, Fuentes. Mayo Santos intercepts for Colonia. Trying to find somebody to pass it to. Mincer kicks it. Gets it to the center of the field. Trying to find Mayo Santos. Polakowski with the ball. Lubineo gets it over to Martins. Martins trying to get it ahead to Gigantino, but it was just a little bit too far. So it'll be Colonia ball. Polakowski will throw it in for Colonia.
A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that the scoreboard clock will be turned off at the 2-minute mark. Official time is kept on the field.
And we'll try it again with Polakowski throwing it in. Martins was there to get it. Lubineo back to Martins. Trying to get a shot on goal, but can't do it. Mayo Santos stops it for Colonia. She's going to try for a shot on goal. She does. And it's wide. Wide left. Wide left. That's about the best attack that Colonia's had all night. And Woodbridge will kick the ball in. It's controlled by Colonia. It's Gigantino. Over to Martins. Mayo Santos. Over to Polakowski. Polakowski trying to find Lubineo. And Carla Huber makes the save. Clock has been turned off. It's now time being kept on the field by the referees. Huber, beautiful kick. Downfield. Wow. She has some leg, and she's a sophomore. Trulio for Woodbridge. Chased the ball along with Kraus of Colonia. Woodbridge now mounting another last-minute attack. And the ball is wide right. So, Wright will kick the ball in. We're in the waning moments of this girls soccer match between the Woodbridge Lady Barons and the Colonia Lady Patriots. Woodbridge Barons up on top by a score of 3-0. It's been all Woodbridge in this game. Colonia has mounted very little offense. And in this half of the game, we've been playing it all down in the Colonia end of the field. Colonia has only been down the Woodbridge end of the field a few times. They just can't seem to break through and score this goal. It's number 16 for Woodbridge, Sofia Gomez. She's a freshman. Katrina Annan inbounds the ball. And the shot is picked up by Wright, who will kick the ball. And she does. Almost out to midfield. Annan tries for the ball, but she's stopped by Lubineo. Lubineo with the ball, dribbles it across the field. And that's the end of the game.
At the end of the contest, the final score, the Woodbridge Lady Barons 3, the Colonia Patriots 0. Thank you for attending tonight's contest, and please have a safe trip home.
And that'll do it here from Woodbridge High School Stadium, the Nicholas Prisco Stadium. With the final score, the Woodbridge Lady Barons 3, the Colonia Lady Patriots 0. I want to thank TV 35 for the fine job that they do. And I'm Joe Tarrant, and it was my pleasure to bring you all the action tonight. And good night, ladies and gentlemen, from Woodbridge High School.